haven't reviewed the One Piece anime series for a couple of weeks, for a number of reasons. One, I've just been incredibly busy with real-life stuff, bills, work, family stuff, and I do have one more crappy excuse. I've been playing way too much Super Mario Odyssey. Just way too much. I've almost 100%ed the game, but man, guys, that game is obsessive, so be careful. That being said, I have a couple of episodes that I have to review, and there's really no way that I'm going to do 3 episodes justice in the very small amount of time that I have to actually make this video. What I will say is that I think the quality of the Whole Cake Island arc is starting to pick up in these episodes, and specifically I'm talking about episodes 8-11 through 8-13. 8-13 in particular I thought was probably one of the best episodes of the Whole Cake Island arc, but before we even get to that, let's just sort of touch upon some of the big moments from the previous episodes. And you know what? Talking about One Piece in succession with multiple episodes is a lot easier than reviewing a single episode, because in a single episode barely anything happens and it's a real struggle to know what to talk about. But here, all 3 together, there's plenty of really big details. So we got to see the conclusion of Luffy's battle against Big Mom's revenge army, and in a shocking twist, Luffy does not win. He simply does not have the stamina to keep up with all these guys. And really, the episode is a showcase for all of the wacky members of Big Mom's family, and they're all really fun. Charlotte Opera, the giant cream man who's continuously drowning him in his goo and burning him alive. You have these twins who come in and punch Luffy at the same time in a scene which I frankly think, for a lack of a better word, is pretty freaking epic. I especially love the character of Mont Dior, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but that's the only way that I know how to say it. He's the character with the weird skull suit and the crazy face paint and the top hat. What I love most about his character is not only is he just visually striking, but his ability is unlike anything that we've seen in the entire series. He has the ability to control books. He's a book man. He can fly around on books, he can trap people in books, and he's like the master of his dominion when you're inside these books. And as I said, Luffy loses, and they end up throwing Luffy and Nami into this prison, which is basically a library filled with giant books that people are trapped inside of. And at first I'm like, that's kind of strange and whimsical for such like a dark place. Do they really think that they're going to like torture these guys and, you know, make them fear for being in these cells? Yeah, actually they're pretty freaking horrifying because they're claustrophobic, they close up, and you barely have any space to even move or do anything. And you're basically in pitch darkness when these books are closed. It's a terrifying thought, to say the least. And honestly, it makes this overall goofy place seem a little creepier. Something that I never even really thought about when I was reading the manga version, and that's something that I can applaud for the anime. That and the fact that the episode 8-13 had this great confrontation between Luffy and Big Mom. This is like the first time they've talked to each other in a long time, and again, it's through snail phone, which I thought was really great. And basically, Big Mom is giving them their last chance. Like, even after taking out Cracker and fighting against the army and even trying to get Sanji back, Big Mom is showing mercy. She's allowing them to leave if they don't do anything, don't try to escape, don't interfere in Sanji's wedding. She's just going to let them go. Would she probably do it? Probably not. But still, for her to actually say this is pretty crazy for her character. And of course, Luffy's not having any of it. He says that he's going to get Sanji back, he's going to escape from the prison, and he's even going to take down Big Mom and become king of the pirates. I'm not doing the scene any justice, but it certainly has some of the best expressions that I've seen from the characters from this arc, especially from Big Mom herself. That combined with the artwork and the shadowing effects they do here look really freaking great. I really do love that scene. That and the fact that the rest of the episode is dominated by a lot of really cool surprises. Like, there's this very dark scene with Pudding actually realizing her fate, that she's being forced to marry a man she really doesn't know, very much like her sister Lola. And then we have Pedro, who immediately becomes incredibly awesome in this episode as we watch him go around and just completely waste Big Mom's army with just one sword and all of his Mink Tribe skills. The fact that he's such a great strategist makes him fun to watch, and he's a Jaguar man who knows how to light up dynamite. That's just really fun to say out loud, and it's really fun to look at, too. And even Brook looks like he's about to get serious, too, and I cannot wait to see that because Brook is always a really fun character, and when he gets serious, it's always just a joy to watch. So what's the rundown on these episodes? Guys, I know that I'm rushing through these. It's just I barely had any time to make this video. What I will say is that I think we're reaching that point where the Whole Cake Island arc is just going to start getting better. I think that the animators are finally starting to feel refreshed and they want to deliver us something really great. And I really hope they do, because from this point on, this arc just gets crazier and crazier. Especially with the amount of characters that they introduce and some of the wacky action, and of course all the cool surprises. I will say that the first 2 episodes of the 3 that I'm talking about today were definitely the weakest parts. Like, they were just slow, and there were some animation moments that of course did not look good, but there were still some pretty solid action scenes from these episodes, despite the fact that there were some repeated frames of animation. That's just sort of the standard for a long-running anime like this, though. It's just something that you're going to have to accept if you're going to watch stuff like this. And then, of course, there's 813, which was kind of all over the place in terms of its production value. Like, there were moments that looked really, really good, and some that just looked eh. You could tell that they had different people working on very specific scenes. That's just the way it is in the anime world. It's how they do things, it's how they cut the budget, it's how they save the money, and it's how they sell the merch. That's just how it's done. What I will say is all 3 of these were great together. To separate, they're a little different. You know, like 811 for me is like a 3 out of 5, and so is 812. 813, on the other hand, is a 4 out of 5. I loved Luffy and Big Mom's crazy, super tense conversation with one another as they constantly size each other up. Luffy never backing down is awesome. But there were some moments that were a little strange in terms of the art department. And I don't even know if I should comment on the scene of Nami. Like, Nami doesn't even, like, do anything in the episode aside from talk about Lola a little bit. And then Big Mom freaks out because since Lola left and ruined some sort of arranged marriage, she is really, really pissed off. But, like, Nami in episode 813 has got to have one of the most blatantly fan-servicey scenes that I've ever seen when she is bound up in the book prison. Like, I swear to freaking God, the series turned into a hentai for a second. Just, like, really, really creepy. It was basically anime porn. I mean, no, there was no nudity, but man, just, it never ceases to amaze me what they do with Nami's boobs. So, there it is. That's my thoughts on these episodes right here. A 3, and a 4. Check them out, One Piece fans. I'd love to hear your thoughts about these episodes, and you can tell me all of them in the comment section below. I promise I'm going to try to be more on time with these reviews in the future, but like I said, sometimes just you get really busy in life. So, I'm going to see you guys next time. I'm going to go get some more moons in Super Mario Odyssey. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.